The makers of high fructose corn syrup are asking federal regulators to approve a new name, instead calling it corn sugar. What does that mean to you? Well, that means you could start seeing that on the food labels, and rather than what you're used to seeing now. Consumption of high fructose corn syrup is at a 20-year low. The makers of the product say it's misunderstood, and the new name would describe it in easier terms. So, is this something you should be concerned about? Well, you certainly need to be aware of it. Joining us this morning is holistic health counselor Jona Eastman. Nice to see you.
Nice to be here. Thanks for having me.
Well, appreciate you coming in. Kind of shed some light on the differences in these names and what have we seen in the past and why the change now?
Okay, the high fructose corn syrup is still sugar by any name. Basically, with this 20-year low, the Corn Sugars Refiners Association has seen that they needed to revamp their image. And so there's millions of dollars going into marketing, and they're applying for this name change and hoping to clear up some of the discrepancies out there, and hoping that consumers will grab on to this new name and run with it. And most of us nutrition experts are hoping that doesn't happen.
Right. Now, when we talk about the fructose corn syrup, it's, like you said, it's basically sugar. What's the purpose of it in a product?
Okay, it had become about so that we could lengthen the shelf life of products. It's just as sweet as sugar, tastes just as seductive as sugar, but it's cheaper. And so it became this highly processed product that we know.
And what do we know about its effects on us?
That debate is still out. We basically know that just like all sugars, it's harmful to the body. There are some reports that high fructose corn syrup has a much stronger effect on the body than just normal sucrose or table sugar. And then there are some research out there that say that it's undistinguishable from sugar and has the same metabolic effects. But that is still
the jury's
debatable.
Still out.
Yes.
Well, and in terms of its benefit or lack of benefit, it can still lead to obesity, and it can still impact
exactly.
Weight.
It's still corn syrup has been around since the 70s and has been held accountable as one of the main culprits for obesity for a reason. Our obesity rates has climbed, as now you can virtually pick up any product in the shelf of a grocery store and see that 9 times out of 10 it has corn syrup in the ingredient list.
One more quick question, but they've asked for this change of a name. How long do you think it'd be before we'd actually see it on the label?
The FDA has 6 months to respond to the request, and then it may take up to 2 years before we see changes in labeling. But you know how big business is. Sometimes it might get a big push. It might be a little quicker than that. So
okay, so it's just something to be aware of as a consumer.
Exactly. Stay savvy. Keep reading labels and keep reducing your sugar. All sugars.